and maybe I will skip the rules, because you are familiar with everything, so we can go directly to the conversation, And right here we have the questions. But since I don't know if you'll be someone you join us, but since it's a one-on-one conversation, we can skip the subject if you want. You can talk freely. It's not a problem, if you have any questions or doubt related to be a host, I can share some experience with you. It's not a problem. But as I say, today we are here to talk about managing stress and working or under pressure situations. And since we are live on YouTube, sometimes people get under pressure when they realize there is someone watching them
Yeah.
you know. So to start our conversation, I want to you talk a little bit about you, Oswald, please, and I don't know, share something new or something we doesn't know about you yet. Please go ahead.
Okay. Thank you, Carlos. Well, I am going to start my talk today uh, about a topic that I'm not sure if everyone that used to watching us on YouTube. I'm going to start my host uh, moment journey, my host journey here in Talking Talk next week. It's an important moment for me because I will test my language knowledge and my my way to manage this kind of new situation, and the topic that we'll talk a little bit today uh, is about this moment of my life. Yeah, and yeah, I have some situation to share with all of you about this pressure topic. Yeah, that's it.
All right, thank you for sharing. And I forgot to talk and introduce myself in during the beginning. So here, here I go. My name is Carlos. I'm 34 years old, and I work as a software engineer to a company located in USA. Uh, Actually, those days, since I asked you to share something new about you, you share something new about me. The last few days, I'm studying a little bit about how to be an entrepreneur and had my own business. And of course, I know a little bit about that, but I start to realize how we can grow our income when you work selling things. I used to say I'm not a seller, a vendor, não sou um vendedor, because I don't know how to sell things to people. But I realized, and I was talking with a lot of friends, and yeah, I start to get more interest about that, and I start to read, and I don't know, maybe one day, not today, but maybe one day I can have my own business, and I think
Great.
it will be related to sell things to people who want to pay. That's
Yeah.
the most essential. Yeah, and as a software engineer, I work with code and I love to do that, but sometimes we need to invest in different fields or different areas, because you can't put all the eggs in the same basket, you know, and Yeah, that's it about me. I'm a host here in Talk and Talk. I'm not a teacher. I'm a student, just like you guys. I don't know who are watching that, but that's me. And I like to think I like to work under pressure. And actually, I think I work better under pressure. Start answering the question number one. Do you like being under pressure? Yeah, I think I like to work under pressure, because I was a police officer, and I think there is no other profession in the world who work in so much pressure than a policeman here in Brazil. Of course, there is a lot of several and pressure works and jobs in there in the world, but here in Brazil, the policemen had a lot of uh, problems to solve at the same time. And this helped me a lot because when I'm doing an interview, at some point, someone asks, "Oh, what be a policeman has a relation with creating code?" And I like to say it's everything related,
It's
because
easy for
if
you.
yeah, if I'm used to work under pressure, deciding who will live or die, yeah, it's much more easier to code.
For sure.
And that's it. And what about you as well? Do you like to be under pressure?
Yeah, I work better in these situations. Um, I, I've learned lessons in several situations about my personal and career life. In my personal one is about my first marriage. I worked uh, under pressure almost of the time, especially about my children. I remember a situation that a teacher of older my older son said to me, "Oh, I think your son is a little bit angry. What's going on?" And well, I've thought, and I've I really I truly needed to change my life because of course I knew what was happened. It was about a bad relationship at home by the time, and I've taken some actions to change everything. For example, I've go away from home. By the time I've stayed on the street for some hours because I've decided to not um, hinder, atrapalhar, hiding. I forgot the word, the verb. I decide to not atrapalhar my sons. And the next fight that I would have with my ex-wife, I would go out and I did that. So it was late on Brazil, 1 a.m. I guess by the time and that day, and it was I've lived under pressure all the time. Another things it was about I was day off in my last job as IT architect in infrastructure field. Uh, I've worked in that company for almost 6 years, and they cut ties almost of a half of the 30 employers of the IT department by the time. And the last situation was about my side project. Um, my ex-partners decided to cut ties with me, and it was important time to think about my actions and how I can improve that, right? So yeah, I really love to work under pressure. It's helping me a lot to enhancing my abilities and my point of views.
All right. And since you like to work and to be under pressure, do you think it's easy to stay calm under pressure, or you need some technique? I don't know how to breathe, or I don't know, take 10 minutes walking. How you manage and stay calm?
Well, the first thing that I used to 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 try to do is about keep calm. Keep calm is the most important thing because I've always remember myself. Oh, if I under pressure, I need to stay calm because it's the only way to keep going to make the things uh, better and easier. Uh, keep stay. Let me see. Stay unrelaxed. I'm not sure. I forgot the word. Uh, Stay under pressure and feel that pressure. It's hinder. I remember. It hinder us a lot in our daily appointments. And for you, what do you think about this? Do you have some technical about this?
Yeah, actually, the last few weeks, my wife is saying, "Oh, you are so stressed." Um, Yesterday, I realized I was a lot of angry. I don't know if it's the right word. I'm not with rage or something like that, but I was without patience with my daughter, and always that happen make me think about myself, because I really like I really love my family, my wife, my kids, and I don't know, sometimes men are so under pressure, related to work and make money and whatever, and we I
I
don't know
can
how to say,
understand you.
we, tipo, desconta na família,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
especially for me, I work home office, so I'm 24 hours, 24/7 in my house almostly, and be in contact with my family all the time. It's really good and I love that, but sometimes uh, my wife is stressed and I'm stressed. My daughter is stressed and everyone is stressed. And when I realize something like that happen, I try to give a step back and try to find what is giving me that pressure and try to release or try to fix that. So usually in real life situations, situations related to life, I think I stay calm because I had some training to that, but day at day, um I need to focus on what is most important to me. This give me uh bring me to a peaceful place,
Yeah.
and help me to lead with the pressure.
And what technique do you wanna or
Yeah,
do you
I,
can
li-
share something?
I like to pray, to read the Bible, and sometimes I say to my wife, I need to go to the office, it's my safe place. And put some music, some song to listen, help me to connect with God. Always
Great.
calm my heart and my feelings, because I have AG, TDAH, so sometimes my head, it's a mess, a lot of thoughts at the same time, thinking about entrepreneur project, how to solve a bug in my full-time work, the problems with my family, everything at the same time. And this can escalate very quickly, and I need
Yeah.
to. I bought these headphones and helped me a lot because they had noise canceling, and sometimes I really like to stay in silence. Silence is so good,
Yeah.
and help me to organize my mind. And I
Yeah.
think that's it.
So, so I have technical. I put my appointments, all my appointments, personal and career, in my schedule. And when the time is come for me, I just put my focus in this topic. I I I really I truly avoid to think another about another anything.
Yeah,
It's a
and
kind of technical in my point of view.
yeah, I and you are talking about that, and I was remember 1 week ago I was traveling to another city, so I was on the airplane, and my head was messy, like the way I described to you, and I started to write and typing um, on the mobile. I forgot the name. Oh my gosh, on the cell phone, Notion. I will start to write on Notion all the ideas and all the problems and everything I was thinking at that time, and that helped me a lot. I don't know. It's like I was removing the problem from my head to my
It's
cell phone.
magic. It's
Yeah,
magical.
and helped me a lot, because
Yeah,
sometimes you don't have anyone to talk. I really like to
yeah,
talk. As you can see, I'm a host. It's because I really like to talk.
yeah,
And but sometimes you don't have someone to listen you,
yeah,
or you have secrets or something you don't have anyone to share. And Notion helped me that time. Yeah, it's a
yeah.
good technique.
About the technique that some guys was talking about, 12-week year. It's a when you start your appointments, you must to think better about your feelings, about your values or goals. So it's an important exercise to think better about these things. So yeah, I did that, and it's so important to organize our ideas.
All right. Yeah, it's really interesting. And when you start to realize the way your brain work and how you can fix the problems
Yeah,
during they happen, it's really interesting because we are getting older, and at least people expect from us are getting experience,
yeah, yeah,
but that not sometimes that not happen automatically. You need to think and reflect, I think, about yourself and what you
yeah.
want to achieve and everything else.
And I have the last tip for you. That it's something I've done some years ago, and I'm thinking about to repeat this in some time after nowadays. I'm talking about to psychologists. There are some tools actually that it's not expensive to reserve a time with psychology, around of 30 reais per consulta. I don't know how can I say consulta. You can stay in contact with this kind of professional, you know. I'm organizing my money to repeat this because I remember in about my first marriage yet. I've I I've prayed. I'm not sure if pray verb is regular or irregular verb. So I've prayed, and so talk with a kind of pastor or padre. I forgot. I'm gonna say padre, and psychologist professional. So it's helped a lot. It was a kind of piece of my life that helped a lot myself to clear to build a clear purpose in my mind, you know. Just it.
All right, all right. That's really good. Yeah, I go to psychologist some time ago, and it helped me a lot, you know.
Yeah.
Especially, I was talking about to transfer the thoughts to someone, you know,
Yeah,
and I realize how important is to talk about problems, and
for sure.
that time helped me a lot. And yeah, since I started to write on Notion, that helped me as well. But yeah, I oh my gosh, I really like to talk with people, you know, and I don't
I
have
can realize
shame.
that.
Yeah, when I was in the school, high school, my teacher always say, "Oh, you talk so much, you'll be a pastor or you'll be a politician, you know?
Yeah.
Tipo, você vai ser político ou você vai ser pastor?" And until
Uh.
now, I'm not thinking about anything like this, but she said that because I talk a lot, and during this school it was a problem because the teacher tried to do everything with me. She put me on the last chair, and I talk with the guys on the all the class, you know, and she moved me to the left and I talk with everyone, and she moved me to the right and I talk with everyone, and she decided, oh, I will put you in front of my chair. And of course, I will talk with everyone. Hey guys, how are you? I really like to talk. Yeah,
Uh,
it's something I really like. Okay, and do you like to talk?
yeah, yeah, I like to talk, but I consider myself more a little bit more na minha. I forgot, can I
Okay.
say that? Na minha. Uh, so, but I really like to talk, especially in some kind of situations. For example, last Monday, a friend of mine was at home with my family, and we was talking. We had talked a lot about her personal problems because she asked me for help, and I decided to reserve a time for her. My fiance know her, right? So not problem. She stay here, um, and yeah, I talked a lot with her. In these situations, I try to share my point of views, try to help. Another situation is about someone sent me a PM message on LinkedIn or Discord, for example, to talk about career. I try to share my little experience in development to try to help that guys. And when some guys bring to me, oh, I I've got a job in development field. I feel so happy and thankful to because I can realize that a little piece of ourselves could be so important for other people, you know. Yeah. So
Yeah,
yeah, go ahead, go ahead.
no,
I
go
do.
ahead. I interrupt you. Sorry.
No, I think it's all, it's all.
Okay. Yeah, I was saying I really liked when I did the same, you know. It's a really good feeling when you realize you maybe could help someone. And since I like to talk a lot, I read talk with a lot of people, and it's really good when you realize that, you know, some a small piece what of you do to another one help them. It's really interesting.
And I have to thank you a lot about your talk about the Notion and that organize our career ideas on Notion. I have to thank you a lot because after that I've learned many things about Notion, and I'm putting all my ideas on the Notion because I used that tools, but not not so much as actually, you know. Actually, I put all my projects inside there, and they are help me a lot in my day-to-day appointments. So I have to thank you a lot about to you for you reserve a little piece of your time to share your view that
Yeah,
tools in other life. So thank you a lot.
it's it's not a it's not a problem. You don't need to thank me. It was a pleasure. Of course, I know I took some time to do that, but sorry about that.
No, don't
But
worry.
yeah, I'm hoping the day will share with us in the community and with me. Oh, I got my first job abroad, and I will be glad and happy for you for sure.
I hope so. If God wants.
Yeah, God wants. I know that, but I was talking with a friend, you know, because I start to create more content on LinkedIn, on Instagram, and yeah, since I like to talk, sometimes I doesn't know what to talk about. And since I really like to be here in Talk and Talk, I start to put some content related, you know, about the community, how Talk and Talk helped me to get fluency in
Yeah, yeah.
English.
I follow you.
And
I follow you in this, and I can see your posts.
yeah, exactly. But on Instagram, people start to ask me, uh, "Are you a teacher? Did you open a school?" And a lot of things like that. And I say, "No, guys. Just I want to share with you this amazing community who helped me a lot, you know. And I don't know, maybe this can help someone else outside my network or inside my network, someone who wants to get better in English. And but I don't know why I start to talk about that, but anyway, um,
Yeah. I can feel what you're feeling actually.
yeah, but I want to say this, I start to create content and talk about something, and I don't know, my guess and my hope is I in some way try to help someone else, because I remember why I bring this up, because I really like to study English, it's really good to me and makes me feel good. And I know there is a lot of people outside in the world. They want to learn, but they doesn't know how to do that. And I
Yeah,
was watching reels on Instagram who helped me to understand this better, because people think they need to learn, I need to learn grammar, vocabulary, and a lot of things. Of course it's important, but that girl say a phrase who marked me. uh, she say, do you know analphabet? I don't know how to say in English. Analphabet. They doesn't know anything about grammar, but they are fluently in português. Um analfabeto, ele, tipo, não sabe nada sobre gramática, mas ele é fluente em português. Se você for, if you travel to USA and you know someone in there, tipo, se você conhecer alguém nos Estados Unidos que é analfabeto, he doesn't know anything about grammar and present perfect and anything
yeah,
else, but he is fluently
yeah,
in in English,
yeah.
And of course I don't want to be this way, tipo, eu não quero tipo ser um analfabeto em inglês, but I
Yeah.
realize the importance of talk and speak. This is the reason why I like talk and talk so much, because uh, I can break the most important to me is talk and speak in English. Of course,
I
I want to
agree
know
with you.
grammar. I want to know grammar and whatever, but I don't want to be a teacher. I want to
Yeah,
talk in English.
for sure. And I
Sorry,
have
I talk a lot.
no. Go ahead if you don't finish. Go ahead. I
No,
will.
I just finished. I want to
Okay.
say sorry because I don't know. I typed
No,
five
no, no. Don't
minutes
worry.
in a
Don't
row.
worry. And I have an interesting thing to share with you, Carlos. Last Friday, I did a Portuguese job interview, and the recruiter, it was a woman, said to me, asked to me about my English skills, and I said to her that I believe I'm a kind of advanced or fluent per person. And she asked me if I have a kind of certification in English, and I said no, I just try to practicing every day. And she said, oh, so I have to put your level in a kind of medium level, because she believes that it's important to use language in your day-to-day job. She asked me if I worked with English every single day, and I said not for a while. But I said for her, I'm ready if you want to test me, okay? And she's, oh, don't worry about that. But I think anyone asked you in English in this process, job process. And another interesting thing, it's not related about the English or what we are talking about. She offers a double of my current coming, but we had to, we, I I would to go to the head office company 4 times per week. So I can go to the head office company once or twice per week. Only this. And she said, "Oh, I think the company can't contact you to continue this process." So no, don't worry. Thank you for the opportunity for a while, and I'm here if you have another one. It's hard if we are thinking about the money, you know. But I have a clear purpose. If while we have opportunities to work by home, I will try to follow this because it's bring a lot of benefits for me and my family. I can study a lot. I can make exercise, relax my body on the bed or on the couch, and so on. So, well, I did a count. If I would go, if I go to that office, I would spend a kind of 8 or 10 hours per week on the traffic, you know, and it's a so many time to spend with nothing, so no,
Yeah.
so yeah, I don't know why I'm talking about this, but just
No,
a side note.
no, that's totally makes sense because we are talking about under working under pressure, you know, and
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
need
It's
to
a
take
kind.
some. You need to if you had a goal, you know, sometime you can be under pressure if you need to make a decision
Yeah,
related your goal. You know, it's hard
yeah,
to. Sometimes we had those things. Oh, I don't want to leave money on the table. Tipo, não quero deixar
yeah,
dinheiro na mesa, but
yeah,
you
yeah,
need
yeah.
to decide what is most important to you, you
For
know?
sure.
And
It's a kind of
real
pressure.
yeah, it's a pressure, you know, because I have people asking me 2 times, 3 times per week. Oh, I want you to do a freelance job to me. And a couple of months ago, I decided I don't want do freelance jobs anymore because I don't want to spend or have multiple works at the same time because it's important to me to spend time with my family, to have time
Yeah,
to do my own stuff, you know. And of course, I want more money, but I don't want more money working more. I want earning more
yeah,
and make more income working the same amount of time.
yeah, yeah.
And
You're
it's
right.
hard to say no. It's really hard to
Yeah,
say no.
it's hard.
And I want to suggest we want 2 things, you know. You are saying about doing interviews and you need to reject that offer because you don't want to go on site and start to post more on LinkedIn. My LinkedIn was a graveyard
But I have,
1 month ago.
but
No,
I have a doubt about this.
let me just finish, please.
Okay, okay, okay.
My LinkedIn was like a graveyard 1 month ago. You know, I remember during the pandemic, every day someone was DM me about job offers and a lot of positions. And I don't know, 1 year from 1 year to 1 month ago, I was, oh my God, the recruiters disappeared. But
Yeah.
I was not using LinkedIn so much. But since I start to post more on LinkedIn, uh, 1 or 2 times per day, I receive a notification. A recruiter is viewing your profile. A recruiter is viewing your profile. And I start to receive much more job offers again. And yeah, related to the under the pressure, I had to say no to those job offers because they are not related to what I want to achieve, you know?
Yeah,
So post
I
more on
completely agree.
LinkedIn, and this will help you for sure. And the second tip I want to give you is related to the certification, you know. Since I joined the Talk and Talk community, I go to this test. I don't know if you know, uh,
I
EF
didn't
set.
I've never heard about
Então,
it.
Então, EF7 é um teste online, vou falar em português. EF7 é um teste online que você pode fazer, não tem custo, e você pode ver ali o certificado que eu fiz foi em 22 de julho de 2022. Desculpa, 5 de julho de 2022. Sei
Yeah.
lá, I was in the first week on Talk and Talk, so Talk and Talk was not related to the result of this test. But why I did this test? Because when I joined Talk and Talk, I want to understand how good was my English, and I was expecting to receive a B2 level, tipo, eu
Yeah,
tava esperando,
I got this result on the Talk and Talk test. The Talk and Talk
yeah.
test.
So I was expecting to receive at that time. Talk and Talk didn't have that test, So I did this one, and I was expecting to have a B2 level, and I received a C2 level.
Yeah.
And I
Oh,
say, oh my
nice.
gosh, my English is not so good. I can't talk, But I decided to put this certification on my resume and on my LinkedIn, and this is a valid certification, People
Oh,
trust in this certification. And when someone asked me, "Oh, do you have do you know how to speak in English?" I show to them the certification, and I say, "Oh, I know in English," but at that time I couldn't talk in English, so I
yeah.
was working on Talk and Talk to get fluently, but I start to do interviews using this certification. And
Great tip.
uh, nowadays, of course, people don't ask me if I can speak in English, and if they ask me during interview, "Oh, you know how to speak in English?" I change to in English automatically, tipo, a pessoa tá falando em
Yeah.
português, você sabe falar inglês? And I answer, and I move from Portuguese to in English instantly.
Yeah.
"Oh, I can speak if you want. What do you want to talk in English?" And the recruiter say, "Oh, I was not expecting that. But let's continue in Portuguese, please." And this is really
Yeah.
good. This is really good, because you bring attention to yourself. So do this test. It's a 90 minutes. Tipo,
No, for sure.
é uma hora e meia de teste, tipo, é grátis e é um certificado válido. Hoje em dia,
Great.
ele não tá, tipo, no nível de TOEFL, por assim dizer,
Mm-hmm.
mas para entrevistas de emprego, para trabalhar na gringa, é válido esse certificado. Você pode pôr no seu LinkedIn, você
Okay.
pode pôr no teu currículo, tipo, naquela parte lá, language level, B2,
Okay.
A1, C2, and you put a
And the
link to,
certificates. Yeah.
yeah, and you put a link to the certificate, and it will help you for sure.
For sure, for sure. I have my dot about you are talking about LinkedIn post is about well, I'm working in a Brazilian company actually, so I'm not sure if I share my point of view about this. What my current CIO will think about that, So
I know the feeling.
but I have interesting thing to share with you again. Some days ago, my current CIO asked me about Talk and Talk on the public Slack channel for all of the employers, the company employers, what my opinion about the Talk and Talk, and I said a lot of things, and I remember I share a print to Phil, I share the print of the conversation to Phil, and yeah, I send a PM message to Phil to ask about values plans and something like that, because yeah, uh, uh, I have some doubts about this situation. I'm not sure if it's a good thing for me inside the company, or it could prejudice me, you know. I'm not sure
Mhm.
about that. It's hard. So because that I'm not sure if, oh, I must to post something or not, you know.
Yeah, I know the feeling because 1 year and some time ago I was in the same position. You know, I was studying English and I was working to a Brazilian company, and I know talk and talk, and I start to post a lot about talk and talk, and my
Yeah.
boss was knocking my door. Hey, do you want to work abroad? Do you have any job offer
He
to be paying
asked you.
dollar?
He asked
Yeah,
you.
he asked me. He asked me, and
Oh
I
my god.
say,
And what you said?
yeah, I say the truth, you know. I say to him, oh, I'm learning English because I really love in English. It's since I was a kid, I always prefer to study in English than Portuguese. And I discovered this community and it's so amazing to me. And I'm I'm on IT area. I need to know in English, you know, because documentation is in English, everything is in English. I had the opportunity, I don't know, some time ago I need to call to Google to solve a problem and I need to speak in English. And that time I wasn't fluent. I could understand everything, but I couldn't answer the phone, you
Yeah,
know, the
yeah,
phone calls. So
I got it.
I bring this to the table and realize, that makes sense, you know. But a few months later, I received
You
my job
got the
offer. Yeah,
yeah.
and I leave the company, but it's a time, it's a no back point, tipo, é ponto sem volta, you know,
Yeah,
because of course no one wants to be fired, but if you doesn't show your abilities,
yeah,
the recruiters will not find you. So
yeah, yeah, yeah,
you
yeah,
need to find that specific
yeah,
spot, that specific spot you can share something on LinkedIn without getting fired. So what I will do in your case, I will post about software development, you know,
okay, yeah, yeah,
because your boss will not say, oh, we want to leave the company.
yeah.
You can use your tasks in your job in
I did that.
your you know, to post, oh, I create a function to resize image, to create a thumbnail. Oh, there is
Yeah,
dozen of tutorials on Google how to do that. But you can
yeah,
create content related to that, and that
yeah,
will bring attention to you. You know, the most important is attention. People
yeah,
had to look to you, to look to your profile, and spend time. Oh, I know Osvaldo. I saw a post of him, I don't know, 1 month ago related
yeah.
to anything else, and opportunities can show to you, can appear
I'm
to
trying
you.
to do that. I'm not sure if you seen that, as if you saw that. I posted some days ago about my language learning process and about my next steps in to dive into Python, you know.
Yeah,
So about this post, my current CIO congrats me. You know, he posted for all of the employers congratulating me about my abilities with English. He liked a lot. He said that liked a lot for all of the employers and asked me about the talk and talk. It was interesting.
yeah, and you bring a really good top to the table because companies and managers like people who uh, don't stay in a safe place, tipo, leave your comfort zone, you know.
Yeah.
So if you are sharing, oh, I'm learning Python now, I'm
And I'm a
learning,
front end developer learning
yeah,
Python.
so you are showing to people you are selling yourself as someone who can learn multiple things at the same
Yeah, yeah,
time,
yeah.
you
It
know.
was my
And
intention.
exactly, and managers and like that, because uh, it's really bad to a company if someone stay
The
locked
safe place. Yeah,
in a safe place,
yeah.
so you can
And
use
and I
this.
have to be honest, I'm so excited about deep learning, AI, machine learning, something like that. So because that I've heard more about Python, and I've decided to dive into that. You know,
Yeah.
it's a my truly feeling. You know.
Yeah, and you can be you can say the truth, You don't
Yeah,
need to lie to anyone
yeah, yeah,
because you
yeah,
are talking about the truth. I really like
yeah, yeah,
to
yeah.
learn about this. And this was what I was doing at that time, and I
Yeah.
was working to a Brazilian company. I really like to post about in English because I was really enjoying that
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
situation.
My
And now
intention is post only in English in that month over over the time that starting that post over the time,
yeah.
I try to put post just in English or almost in English.
Yeah, this is something I'm spending a lot of. I already spend a lot of time thinking about it. If I will create content in Portuguese or in English. So I decide to
Both
do
of them.
both. Yeah,
Yeah,
because I want to. I need metrics to get a decision. I
yeah,
know
yeah,
with English I can hit the entire world, but I don't know if the entire world want to listen me talking about something.
yeah,
But
yeah,
the
yeah,
English posts I made, I could reach people outside my network, second and
yeah,
third connections. Said second and third connections on LinkedIn was giving thumbs to my posts and commenting on my posts. And this make me start to think about, oh, I think it would be good to create English content, but the posts who had more interaction is the Portuguese one. So
yeah.
I'm under pressure right now. I don't know. I don't know
But
which
this
one.
situation is important to you define what paths you will go along the way.
Yeah, my goal creating content in English. It's because since I want to work abroad, people need to know me abroad. So i
Yeah,
need
yeah,
i need to know connections outside Brazil because I need attention from people who are outside Brazil.
yeah,
But it's really hard to know what you want to talk about, and in English double the difficult.
yeah, yeah. But
Uh,
my point of view, you're completely right. You must to test this ah, esqueci a palavra, esse engajamento. You must to test this to see the engagement. I'm not sure. And yeah, I think I believe you would be more successful if you post in Portuguese because I think 80 or 90% or more of the developers want to have incoming in dollars or in euros. So listen someone that uh, achieved that. It's so important for this kind of people.
Yeah, but there is so much people, many people, in LinkedIn talk about that.
Yeah,
Trabalhar na gringa, o
yeah,
Lucas Galindo, cara, there
yeah,
is thousands of people already talking about that,
yeah,
especially on
yeah. It's
LinkedIn,
true. Yeah.
because there is thousands and thousands of developers in
If you
there.
talk about this in TikTok, for example,
Yeah, I don't know. I don't like TikTok. I don't like TikTok at all, you know.
Me either, but it's
But
an idea.
yeah, it's a idea for sure. And actually, I was talking with a friend who is social media, giving, I was asking to him to give me some tips about that. And the most interesting is no one know LinkedIn. Only us. We
Yeah,
are in a bubble,
yeah.
The
I'm sure
recruiters, the
that.
recruiters, the soft engineers are in a bubble because
Our
only
parents
us.
don't know about that.
Yeah, no one know LinkedIn. And my friend had a lot of clients with thousands and thousands of followers on Instagram, and he say, "Oh, if you want to create content on Instagram, I can help you to achieve 10K of followers in there." But I don't know if it's the right social network I want
I think it
to
depends
gain
of your
followers.
purpose. Depend of
Yeah.
your purpose. For example, if you wanted to achieve people that are interested about study development, for example, it's a good way to achieve that people, in my point of view.
All right. Yeah, we are talking, and